I'm a Christian and I know a lot of Christians, and they have this conflict between being successful and wealthy, their religion. What advice would you give them?
That's really good point, actually. I think there are some conflict points. I don't think there has to be. I'd say my understanding of who God is, that He made everything. He made us so that we could enjoy everything. So therefore, there isn't a conflict between faith, spirituality, and what I do, my work. There isn't a conflict between faith, spirituality, and the money that I earn or what I spend it on or how I use my time. Actually, I would say that there is a sort of fitting together of spiritual, physical, psychological, mental. And Jesus talked about the phrase Jesus used when He was talking. He talked about the kingdom of God. And that is like where God is ruling, His rule is around. And God's rule, you read about in the Bible, is about justice, it's about kindness, it's about creativity, it's about cultivating people, and it's about cultivating the earth, it's about working with your hands, it's about organizing, it's about cataloging. It's all the stuff actually that humans love doing. The kingdom of heaven is how to do that, where the end result is shalom, which is a Hebrew word, it's a lovely word actually, and it means health, it means wholeness, it means prosperity, it means healing. It's kind of all the stuff actually that we work for, interestingly, and that is the kingdom of heaven. So if you've got a Jesus view, I reckon you can have a view where you bring in your work, you bring in your wealth, you bring in your relationships, and there is a kind of integrity to it all. Now I know that if you only pursue one of these things, it can distort it, and you could end up being very rich but very unhappy. Or you could end up being very hard-working, like, oh, where's the achievement? I've worked all my life for this and I've got nothing for it. You could end up giving to people and sensitive to people and at beck and call, and you don't actually feel loved. So a healthy spirituality is going, right, all this has been given to me. God has given me all this stuff. He wants me to enjoy all this on the earth, mental, physical, emotional. Actually, if I can just find the sweet spot where I know who I am, I'm humble, I'm thankful, I've got an eye on God and I'm wanting to honor Him, I'm wanting to act justly, with kindness, with truth. And actually, I think the kingdom of heaven is about living well on the earth and finding shalom. And therefore, we should be able to bring all these things together.
I love the way you explained that. I think you narrowed it down to being humble. I think it allows you to be humble, and the way you approach life. If you wake up every morning humble, you're going to make a difference. If you wake up big cocky and all that stuff, then it could be a good day, it could be a bad day.
I think you're absolutely right. If you wake up and you just decide, today I'm going to be humble, I reckon you will be successful. You will inevitably be successful because you're going to come in, you're going to go, right, how can I serve? What can I do to improve something, someone? You're going to do it because your heart is in absolutely the right place. You're going to see it, and then because you want to do that, you're going to make it happen. I think it's a great phrase when you said just waking up. If you wake up in the morning and you decide to be humble, I think that's just a brilliant key to this. You will inevitably find some success, even in the first hour of the day. First hour, you'll find it. And then what success does for you, what it does for your psyche, it's like an adrenaline shot, isn't it? You know there's a kind of success that is blossoming in you. And let's say you've just been successful because of a phone call you made or a text you made or some response you gave. Right, now I can face it. That was a good start to the day. There's some challenges coming my way. I'm a bit unsure about that, but you know what? I've just had the right attitude in that first 60 minutes, so I can go into that challenge with my head held high, feeling a bit more confident.
One of my philosophies in life is about evolving to be the best you can be. And we're all born successful, but you've got a responsibility to realize your own success, your own passions, your own beliefs. How would you comment to that?
It's about knowing yourself. I think when we get into the trap of comparing, we might go, I'm not successful because I'm not like that person. Actually, you're not like that person. You'll never be like. It's like an apple tree being miserable, they're not an orange tree. There's no point in that. I'm an apple tree, I'll never make oranges. But you know what? If I am me, and if I'm healthy as a tree, I will be fruitful. If I've got the right amount of sunlight, the right amount of water, the right soil, I can't stop myself making apples. I'll be fruitful. So I think it's probably, it's knowing who am I, what am I about, how do I tick, where do I get fed, where's the right refreshing, the water. If we use those metaphors, sunlight, earth, water, what does that look like for me? Where am I rooted? Who have I got around me? Where do I get my the sunlight, I guess, the power from. If I'm healthy in that kind of way, I will be fruitful, because I think that's just how we've been designed as human beings. I think you get rooted, get healthy, get fed, then you'll be fruitful. And so you probably need to know who you are, what your brand is, what your DNA is, and where you're positioned. And maybe you might need to change some positioning and go, gosh, I need to be fed a bit more, I need to be refreshed a bit more, I need to be in the right place. I'm not quite in the right place, therefore I'm not quite being fruitful. I know who I am, and therefore I've got to make a move. So yeah, I think you're right. You need to know who you are, don't you?